Well, hello! Welcome to Drawing with Fire. I am Valarie, your neighborhood pyrography artist, and I'm joined today with hubby.
Hubcap.
And we are finishing up our pyro critiques for the month of October. I almost said August. October. And I wanted to pick back up with Michelle because there were some things like the beard and further down we hadn't discussed, and I know she's looking for as much help as possible. And then we will pick back up and do Marina's cats. Isidoros is classic painting. I can't remember what it's called, sorry. Kelly's St. Bernard. And Whirl Wind, if we get to it, Whirl Wind's Husky and Wolf. So we will pick back up. Hopefully everything sounds good. Hi Eve, Burl, Steve, Paulo, Sheila.
That sounds good here.
Sounds good here. So we must be okay if it sounds good here. I do have the end of Last Lives area covered up because I need to get through this. And if I don't cover it, I'm not getting through it. Not with a halfway straight face anyway. I noticed Michelle's not in. Well, I guess she can pick it up after the live or when she can come in. So what I wanted to focus on here is his beard. His beard is like Santa's beard in that it's a very texture curly beard, and that can be quite frustrating. And the biggest thing is following the direction. So his mustache, say that 3 times quickly.
Mustache.
Ha ha!
Mustache.
You thought you had me. You thought you had me. Hey Grace. Would curl, it follows, for this particular gentleman, it follows his, it looks like his smile line, his here. So the beard needs to come out, or the mustache needs to come out a little bit more this way. And then because, like we discussed last week, he's smiling, his shorter facial hair would follow that as well. And doesn't quite go up as high as we got here. So the main thing for right now is following the direction of the hair. And then we do have some clumps. And I'm trying to remember, I believe this is on pine. It can be a little tedious, especially with the grain. But following the direction, because this part goes to the left, but this part comes down. And there are the clumps and clusters we talk about. So trying to go with longer strokes, because this is longer facial hair. Go with the longer strokes. And following the direction will make it feel more realistic. But the biggest part is paying attention to our direction. And you really can't transfer all this hair, so it would be as in every strand, and you don't want to burn every strand either. In fact, it comes out a little bit over here, and curls up. So following the direction is really going to be key, especially for this gentleman. And this area of his mustache is a little lighter, and his skin, you've got the dark right here in the cupid, so that's good. So we definitely want that. And then to follow, and white hair always looks harder. It's just mainly getting in the shadows of it, and where it's lighter, it will look dark. It will look even lighter with the darks underneath it. So the curls. And this is his ear here. So following that ear correctly. And then, okay, I'm seeing a little, I did have to adjust this picture. I remember I had to adjust this picture because the photo was a little skewed of it. So I had to fix it, but following the shape is really the biggest help. And then she also wanted to know about the bone necklace. The big thing would be, from what I wouldn't do is outline it. Make sure the shape is right. And the thing is, because it's at an angle, this part's going to be lighter. And as it turns to follow his chest, because his body's at a 3/4 view, you're going to have shading happening more so, especially on this tip, because as it moves away from the light, as it curves, it would be in more shadow. Let's see here. So how's everybody doing while I'm thinking?
They're quiet right now.
That's what I thought.
There are 12 watching. We got 4 in chat.
Okay.
Including us.
Including us? Okay.
So,
we're just the special ones.
So you say mustache and beard. So if the beard is a unit, because they sell fake beards, but they don't ever sell fake beard and mustache.
Yeah, they do.
So is a mustache?
Yes, they do. You can get them as a combo.
I'm just saying. So the beard is not. Beard is not all inclusive with the mustache. It is a beard and mustache.
This is a beard and mustache in my brain. Because he could have the beard without the mustache, or he can have the mustache without the beard.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I can't tell. I mean, it does look like, because this hair is on, his mustache is on top of.
That makes sense, because if your beard runs into your hair, then your entire head would be a beard.
Yes.
But that's not the case.
That's not the case.
So I'm glad that we put that to rest.
We did.
It was important to me.
I think you've done really good on his shirt. Maybe a couple areas following the fabric. To me, fabric is fun. If you look at it not in detail, but just in shape, you can really nail it. So what I'm looking at, because you can't see right now, what I'm looking at are the shapes in the fabric. These right here. These shapes are what allows the fabric to look like it's moving or is not flat, and gives more detail, or more, detail, but that's not the word I was looking for. Interest. Because if this was just a flat shirt, it would push back because you've got more detail in the face. But this is supposed to be, in this particular case, one subject together. So we definitely need to add those different shapes that we see. And sometimes drawing in those shapes along with your lines that you're transferring definitely helps. So I think that was all. I do have a video, and it's a year old now, that does specifically, though it's a speed video because things messed up. But anyway, speed video of me doing similar white Santa type facial hair. So
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was a pain. I had to do it 3 times because it kept screwing up. And life happens. Definitely getting your contrast in, even with white. You have value in contrast. It's never just bright white. All kinds of shadows.
Are you going to do like a Santa burning for holidays?
I hadn't even thought about it.
Remember, we're not through with Halloween yet.
No. Let's see here. Making sure you have the shape of your subject. The shape and the the shading, I think, are the two biggest things that'll help you. You've got those right.
Sorry.
Always hard trying to freehand something. And again, I'm not burning any more of this face. It got me in trouble last week. So if we don't have any questions, hi Tony.
Who knows what you'll draw today?
I know. There's Michelle. He's in there. There she is. Did I cover everything, Michelle, on this? Or do you have any last minute questions before we switch over? And hi, Robin and Sharon.
This always does that on
and Tony. It does. You have to switch it over to live.
I did.
As I'm waiting for...
I have to back out.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I could have showed you, but okay. As we're waiting for Michelle to make sure she's got everything she needs, I'm going to share my hot cocoa cup.
Ah, here we go.
Yep, with marshmallows.
So everybody wasn't so quiet. My bad. Do you need me to read off names, or are you all caught up?
I think I'm caught up, but if there's any questions before, I don't want to lose those.
Paulo can't stay.
Bye, Paulo. Move that one to the side if we got everything. Nope, Michelle has no questions, so we shall move on to Marina. I don't know. Marina is in Australia, and it's like 6 a.m. for her there. She may not be up. She was going to try, and I completely understand. Let's see what we can do to help.
Nope, no questions.
All right. Now, can I not clip the darn thing?
You.
That's me.
Just whisper.
I know.
What?
Huh?
Huh?
You're welcome, Michelle. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope you don't have headphones on, because that probably just hurt your ears. Sorry. I'm trying to get this on and not putting the other one on. All right. So Marina was looking for... Let's see here. I had Facebook pulled up. And of course, Moon is away.
The door is open, right?
It is. Marina started Pyrography 6 months ago. Awesome job. And yes, you will definitely get better with each piece you do in time. It just is a lot of practice. She wants this picture to be as realistic as possible. And she wants to continue with animal portraits, but struggles to determine how to convey fur for the lions. Winkly skin for elephants, and scales. Well, today, because we're looking at the lions, we're going to, I think, stay focused on the lions. That way I don't get confusing for other people. And she also wants to know how you represent color with just wood burning, like the difference between yellow and white fur. Appears to me the main stuff she's looking for. I think we can help her. So, okay. So with conveying yellow and white fur, I always recommend having a black and white photo that you work from. And this is her reference photo. Yeah. And if you notice, our yellow doesn't look yellow. It's just a lighter tone or a lighter gray of the rest of the piece. Because we're working in monochromatic, it's going to be your values that represent your different colors. So, and of course Layla's awake now.
I'm going to have to get them out of the yard.
Yeah. So white is going to be your raw wood with a little bit of shading here and there where it's necessary. Your yellows, it probably would have helped had I had the color photo in front of me too, which I know she posted for me. And Marina only has a razor tip, and this is, and the Chinese burner, I don't know what they're called. Let's see here. There we go. Here we go. We got a color photo. So she's talking about the yellows, and we got a few whites. But basically, this is all going to be value. And that's why you can also turn your photo into a sepia color photo. That will help you as well and give you a closer idea of the values for your wood burning. I didn't adjust the photo, but if I was doing this photo, I would up the contrast on it to really separate the mama for babies, because mama does have darker fur, especially on her face, versus the babies, and that'll allow all three of them to stand out. So for their fur, they are in general what you would consider short fur, and I'm not looking up. I gotta remember to look up when he's not in the room. Look up. Okay, I'll probably just stick to the color photo and make it easier for me. In general, most of their body is short fur, which can really help. The long fur comes in on their chest, around their ears, around their neck, their bottom of their mouth. So with that, with short fur, it would just be a matter of shading in the direction of the fur. And you've got this smoother shading for the cats, for the short fur. You did really good with that. I would just tweak it a little bit to follow the direction of the skin. And I think one thing that's maybe standing out to you more is the outlines. I know how nerve-wracking it is to transfer your photo. You've got your graphite on the wood, and then as you're burning along, afraid of losing that graphite line. If you'll turn your burner down and just shade lightly next to whatever area you're working on, you can then erase it, and you still have the information that you're wanting for that area. And I think, yeah, the outlining, let's see if I can make it go away. See right here, it's not a line, it is more of just a change in direction of the skin and fur. So if we can get rid of that line, let's see if I can get rid of it. Let's see here, we do have some darker over here under the paw. If we use our darks to back up our lights in this way, it smooths it out, makes that line go away, and makes it feel more realistic. Let me turn my camera. So following with your shader, instead of outlining first, will get you more of the feel you're looking for. Especially on short fur, where it's longer. And white still has, like we were talking about with the beard, white still has value. It still has tonal value. And our high highlights are only right here, right here. Let's see here, we got a bit right here and on the fur tip there. A little bit here, because the sun, let's see here, based on the shading, the sun is coming from our left.
Sorry. What?
Nothing. So these are only the areas that are going to be super bright. So where you've done it in your burning, you left it, and that is representing that white. You did really good on representing that. Only thing I would suggest is just curve it around to follow the shape of his cheek, or her cheek, sorry.
Can I make a comment about something that's obvious probably to everybody?
Go for it. Be nice. Go for it.
I am. No, just the leaving the white. like in pyrography,
Let's work.
What I've observed, because I don't do pyrography, but is that it's like watercolors. That if you want highlights, you have to leave the lightest part of the wood.
Yes.
And
if you're not adding anything
it's
to
important to preserve that.
Yeah.
So
following
lots of planning.
And that's where either a sepia or black and white photo, and actually I use both. I use three: the color photo, a black and white photo, and a sepia color photo. That way, because sometimes you lose information in one of the other photos, so having all three just allows you to be able to see that information better. Let's see here, like right here, this can go darker. I think contrast would definitely help you with this, because then your lights and what you perceive as yellow would be lighter and stand out more. So let's see if I can do that. I wonder if I use a darker pencil quicker. I don't have to do as much. Get through this quicker.
Kathy Groff, did you already say hi to her?
I did say hi to Kathy.
Okay, what about Chris Gershner?
Hey, Chris. Yes, now I've said hi to Chris.
Okay.
So.
Tony flying?
Yes, okay. I got Tony.
Sorry.
So.
I may have been out of the room, so I apologize.
It's okay.
Which I'm probably going to have to go back out there, because Moon decided to get off the couch. That's what she was barking about.
She wanted off the couch.
She wanted to go off the couch. She wanted to go to the bathroom, but she really would like somebody to do it for her.
Yeah, that's our dog. So, even in the lights, I'm using a 4B now, so I can do this quicker. Control it a little bit better. These darks could go darker, and in going darker, it will make your lights stand out more.
More contrast.
More contrast. I know it's scary to turn your burner up. It always is. Unless you really like the darks, all the time darks. It is hard. You've been working hard on your piece. You've done a really good job, especially for 6 months. I'm really enjoying seeing your work. You've done a great job. Let's see, adding, and see, okay, right here we've got a perspective. The arm is, of course, foreshortened because we're looking more at it, so it's more towards us, versus if you look, the pencil looks longer here, and as it comes to us, it looks smaller. And that's based on perspective. So
near, far.
So with this shading, because there's going to be less light hitting this area, though it's going to be lighter than the belly here. So I'm going to dark that up a little bit more. So that's lighter. It goes all the way up. We do have a bit of lighter fur here. Look at the photo. Yeah, it's overall lighter fur. So we can leave it, but where the paws bend in or curve, there's going to be darker areas. In fact, let's see here. There's a little paw here. And following that direction will help separate and make the paw feel like it's curved, because it is a bit curved. And then darkening underneath to follow it, and to follow the direction of the skin. I'm going to see if I can get this area to really pop out, so that even when it's hard, you still give it a try, because it really helps your work. It was hard for me too. It still is sometimes, because I look at it going, it needs to be darker. But I work so hard on it. What if I mess it up? Sometimes you just got to mess it up.
Yep.
And in messing it up, you learn a lot. see here, the paw. There's more in here.
Brent C. Boyer is here.
Hey, Brent. So how does...
Eve had to step out for a second.
Okay.
She'll be back.
So hopefully that helps on direction, and for short fur, your longer fur is going to be longer strokes in the direction of the fur, just like with, you know, beards, hair. It's all the same concept, regardless of animal. Just following the direction and doing the clumps, and not every single hair. And when you do the clumps, just doing them in the same direction makes them feel like the long hairs of the kitty. Let's see here. Alright. The shape right here. See, is this... I wish Marina... Again, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning for her. So, not being here, I totally understand. Not that anybody has to be here for me to do this.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if some of the outline was meant for darker, like shading. But getting the shape... Let's see here. Let's see how much I can just add to it. Not change so much as add to it. Taking your time makes a huge difference. I see people, I finish this in 2 hours, and if it's a challenge for themselves just to see if they can do it, awesome. But there really is no reason to rush. Says me, who waits till the last minute to get anything done and has to rush.
Well, that's a different thing entirely.
Procrastination?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
but as
true.
far as like taking time on piece or putting hours and hours into a piece, that's you.
Let's see here. So, if we can get the drawing as accurate as possible, then things will feel more realistic in the way you want to go. Let's see here. Now for the eyes, they are squinting. Oh God. Am I safe? Yes, I'm safe. Squinting. So where you outlined here a bit, that works. I think that works. Because there's less information. And if you're darkening other areas, they would need to darken. If not, I think you've got them at a good value right now. You got your yellows here. You got that darkened. That's good. Adding a little more contrast here to pop out the brow bone because of how the light's hitting. And then we got little kitty blocking some of the light. This would be in shadow, which gives more movement and feeling to the brow bone, less flat. And I'm just following your lines here because you transferred those lines well. You did a good job on that. So I just follow your lines. I think drawing wise, maybe a little off here, but I understand why. It's because you were trying to make sure that the white fur was saved. And if you have to, sometimes you may have to go back in with a knife and scrape out, you know, just the end of it to pop out the white again. But that will help you get the right shape that's going on. Let's see here. We got a little bit more dark here. So we went over the fur, following the shape, the skin, and the direction. I just think you need more contrast. You just need some darker areas. I think if this piece isn't sealed, Mean Kitty could be, Mom Kitty could be darkened.
You say Mean Kitty?
Mean Kitty. Mean Mama Kitty can be darkened in the darker areas, and where you see yellow or light, you could leave those. Just follow the direction. So, let's see here, it's hard to see. Going in the direction of the skin. We do have skin folds here. And then in this way, you can get rid of the outlines a bit better and get more of that realistic feel you're going for. Down here is white, so just following that. So if you darken this area, this, and then also darken your ground, because we do have shadow from where Mama Kitty is making connection with the ground. There we go. If we darken our shadow line underneath and darken a bit of this, let's see how dark would I need to go. This is a medium value in my eyes that I see. So I think just in darkening these two areas, what would be considered white has popped out more, and there is some white here. So just let's see here. This would be a lighter area. Thinking on my toes. Good thing my toes don't hurt today. My brain would too. So contrast, following the shape, getting these darks in, trying not to outline as much as possible. If you have to, if you just don't feel comfortable yet, it's completely normal. What you can do is just turn down to a really light burn and put dots that aren't connecting next to your graphite, and this will give you the shapes that you're still needing, but you can erase the graphite and not have the lines and shade up to them. That will help. Or just doing a really, really light line in general and erasing, which we'll look at in Kelly, because Kelly does Kelly has it in her St. Bernard, and erasing the pencil line and then going in should work. I do feel, because of this line here, Kitty is kind of smirking a little bit in human terms. So it's changing the shape of its face. This line makes it stand out more, especially since looking at, let me open my phone back up, especially looking at this area right here. That's actually a light area. So to have that line there really reshapes the face when the definition of the mouth is coming from shadow here. So I didn't put a white pen over here. Oh, I do have. Let's see if this will work. I do have a colored pencil. Let's see if we can lighten that line. Maybe. How about a pastel or charcoal? Let's see if we can lighten it a little bit. Ah! That hurt my teeth. That hurt my teeth. Let's see here. We lighten it a little bit, which the ink is smearing underneath. Sorry, it's charcoal on paper and wood. It just is like nails on a chalkboard. Let's see, the eye matches. The eye matches. Okay. Straight a line a little bit. And shape of the ear. One thing I'm trying to think if what do I have to think? I can look at your photo. One thing I would do is maybe actually do this piece a little smaller. because this ear is right at the edge of your wood, which takes your viewer right off of it. Let's see here. So if you went a little smaller and had, I try to do at least an inch between the edge of the board and where my subject's going to be. Whatever feels comfortable for you. I would bring this down though, which means I'd make this a smaller photo. Which means these areas will be smaller. Sorry, I'm working this out in my head.
Lana goes artist here.
Hi, Lana. Dun, dun, dun. So smaller. Yeah, what I do is in Photoshop, I measure out my board, figure out what the size of the piece is, an inch shorter on all sides, and that is what I work on in Photoshop. Within the size, let's see here, we do have a good direction that our eye travels before it goes to other places. So yeah, bringing this down compositionally will help keep people looking in this area. In fact, because this is your main area that you want to focus, you could put less detail in these areas, a little more, make it a little more out of focus, and this will be more in focus, so people pay attention to this area more so. The rest of it is just supporting, would just be supporting information that fills in the piece. But right here, I would say this is your detail. Focus. Do we have any questions?
No.
I think. As for using the razor tip, razor tip is not my favorite brand. I gave my razor tip to my nephew. On the tips that I can think of, a spear shader, a few ball tips, and some kind of skew will help you with fur. Wood surface is plywood, 4 millimeters thick, that's fine. Yeah, I'm not going to focus on the wrinkly skin for the elephants or scales, because honestly, because you've done short hair here, an elephant skin is going to be very similar to the short hair we just talked about. Following the wrinkles, don't outline the wrinkles. Follow the wrinkles so that you have lights and darks and contrast. That's the biggest thing in texture for elephant skin. And scales, I wouldn't outline the scales either. They're shaded shapes on top of each other, depending on what you're doing. But they are not outline shapes.
You know, I think a lot of times that we as artists, you know, we see things and, you know, like scales or whatever, and so it kind of reads as like, oh, I'll just outline this because that's what it is.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's not outlines. It's just lights and darks that are positioned together.
Yep. In fact, there's very few things that have lines. I'm trying to think. I mean, building has lines, but even those lines are shadows and light touching. So you might see a line right here. What it actually is that's a shadow created between my two fingers. So if you draw a line, it would feel less realistic than if you shaded in a gradient that same visual line. So
Robin's hearing something in the background that's Halloween.
No, just cars.
Well,
oh, is there something?
No, I don't know. I think just cars.
Oh.
I was beating my belt, but I don't think.
You were what?
My belt. I was beating it.
Oh.
But I don't
Not me, his belt. Belt. B-E-L-T.
B-E-A-L-T. D-I-N-G. Putting beads.
Putting his beads on his belt.
Not beating Valarie.
No. No. Alright, we are going to go on to...
You should have heard the dogs outside, maybe, I suppose.
Yeah, could have. Isidoros, I hope I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, I'm so sorry. If I ever pronounce anybody's name wrong, just type in a pronunciation for me, and hopefully I won't butcher it as bad. Alrighty. So this is a classic piece. I can't remember the name of it, and I don't know the original painter. Do you, love?
Hmm?
Do you know the original painter of this piece?
It's either
I think
somebody Italian or Biff Cranston from New Jersey.
What makes you think somebody Italian?
I'm thinking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't think it's Biff.
I can't. Caravaggio.
Oh yeah.
Caravaggio.
I always get him confused with the guy from New Jersey.
Yeah.
No.
It's on birch plywood, and it's Colwood detailer for it. And Isidoros has not told me what he would like if there's anything specific. I think you did a really good job. Looking at it, you used a lot of stippling, which makes it very interesting, especially for the shading. You have a smooth background. Sometimes it's easier to look at it than it is the printout. Yeah, stay. My goodness, why won't you stay?
Roll it backwards.
We're backwards?
No, roll it backwards.
Oh.
We're not backwards.
That's all I heard.
Oh.
That's all I heard. I'll do this. I guess I'm going to have to move the board more than I needed to. Alright, hands free. So, what does stand out to me is the perspective is a little off. Now, it could be because of the photo he sent me again. I think I had to skew the perspective a little better. But looking at the original painting, I feel the line is a little off here, that he needs to be a little more angled. It's hard because I don't know if he went off, if he drew this himself or if he printed out the painting and transferred from it. Because as I'm looking at it, there's some things that the lines feel a little off, but I can't pinpoint why. I do notice right here, I'm going to have to do, I think, white.
The mass of the scapula and the shoulder blade is a little bit wider in the original. It's a little bit larger.
We have really good job on getting this fold in the fabric. I really like that. I like the stippling. It's really cool. That's definitely a personal choice that I think works. I think that we need a little bit more shading, and it right here inside we're missing some of the toga, and it's information that I think we need, because then it makes him feel a little filled out, like there's more of him there, because we would have a shoulder off here. So cut it off there. I should have trimmed the reference so I could see better.
Really, really nice rendering of the musculature and stuff.
Yeah, you definitely have the muscles there. I think maybe a little more different. I don't know why I'm stippling this, other than it was following the curves. Definitely. Let's see here. Yeah, Sorry, I'm thinking. Thinking and looking. I think we have more shading.
What did he use to get the background so dark and even?
I'm guessing he used just Coldwood Detailer.
Yeah.
I don't know what tip.
There's a little bit of transitional around some parts.
This could be the lines you see going this way. That's the printer.
Oh,
that's not his.
I was wondering if he used the torch for the background.
He could have, because we've got a little bit of fuzziness right here.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be the torch.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. What I would do, though, this is definitely a personal choice as to if I was doing a darker background for this, based on the painting, I think I'd go a little lighter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because, and I say that because he's got great chunks of the hair right here,
mm-hmm.
and I just feel it needs to be darker because the person in the painting's hair is darker.
Well, I think that's the thing, because it's
a personal choice though on that.
Because it's a Caravaggio, then we're looking like Caravaggio is big on contrast, but I think that either the shadows and the person need to be a little bit darker to help balance out that contrast.
I think, because this area would be lighter because of the fabric. Mm-hmm. I think if it was me, because you really want the lights of the toga to stand out, I might do this area the darker value and then start lightening up around the head and taking it out lighter, so that when I went to do my darks in here, those darks would stand out even more without feeling like he melded into the background. Mm-hmm. I think that's how I would do it. Yeah, because I think it's important information to have the dark hair if you're going to do the painting. Now, if you want to change the painting to something else, then that's all definitely a personal choice, I think. You okay?
Huh?
You're breathing over there. Oh, you're playing with your bead.
I'll put that in my mouth again.
You know, I really don't want to go taking you to the hospital because you're got it stuck in there.
No worries.
Your mouth. All right. See, yeah, adding some of these darks, the information.
Some really dark eyebrows.
I'm trying to.
You're painting Eugene Levy.
I like Eugene Levy. But following the shapes. It's quite interesting doing somebody else's painting. I hadn't.
Caravaggio or
just in general, just doing a master's painting.
Oh yeah.
And I just wish if we knew if he was trying to follow this exactly, or if he was putting his own spin on it, because the picture is grainy. So I'm not sure if the shading is meant to be grading to match what the painting is. Let me see, that would be a little darker. Yeah, so it's kind of hard. This is why a lot of information helps me, because I'm not sure. Because even on the grapes, I would be doing gradients to get the fullness of the grape. And that's where I think going from a, you know what, I think it actually might work better to go from a dark brown or dark background this way and lighten it up as you go this way. I think going in that direction with the dark gradiating out this way, it allows your lights to stand out here this to be a little lighter so that you can work with the shape of the face a little bit more. And now I also realized I'm not looking at the drawing or the painting as if the drawing is correct or not, because it doesn't matter. But if you're trying to match the painting, these are some of the things I would do. Because I do think you need some more contrast. I think you have an awesome base. I really do. I just think some of the areas could be a little darker. You're not going to be able to do anything with the background because you've already done it dark. So, that. Let's see here. Just trying. Yeah, the darker hair, I think, would help bring things out a little more.
I can see the quandary though, because it's
yeah,
putting a lot of detail on the hair.
Yeah, he did.
And then darkening it. Be careful not to. There's it. Eric draws us here.
Hey, Eric.
Wish passing by to wish you happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Hope you feel better.
Oh yeah.
You're a wonderful artist.
Thank you. Yeah, I think some of the darks need to be a little darker so we can get our shape. He did crop it, so I'm trying to not look past. Is there a piece of stone in here? Hate when that happens. Alright, so yeah, a little darker in some areas. I hate when that happens. These are the general, when they've got like the stone or whatnot in the graphite, it's not smooth. It's just frustrating. I don't like the feeling. Yeah, I think that's what I would do, is I would darken some of these areas up. Toga, I really like the toga. And lighten that area up here. You might have to use a little sandpaper because, like I said, the toga continues around his shoulder, and without it, it makes him feel a little off. And I think that's what was throwing me off. I think adding this, I think the shoulder is then a little more accurate. You know what I mean, love? I think it was...
I didn't know you were talking to me.
Well, I'm talking to everybody. Anybody who wants to listen. I'm talking to you. So yeah, let's see if I can try to lighten this a little bit, just so we can tell if I'm off or not. There we go. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, I do. I think that area makes this area feel fuller and gives better information. But I do. I think I would darken the hair. And since you already have this dark background and you did a beautiful job on it, and lightening it really isn't so much of a possibility now, maybe some of these outlying leaves, just kind of fade them in to the background. Not fully dark, but just kind of fade them in so they don't stand out as much. It looks a little lighter here. You know, it may have been a torch, because that is hard to get the detail. So yeah, I think darkening up that a bit. We just kind of, it will get rid of the little bit of halo you've got and just kind of force it. Okay, that's a hand. Okay, I was trying to figure out what that is. That is his other hand that's coming up. That area is really necessary, because now I just noticed the hand coming up. So it's actually two hands up. So you're definitely right on doing the lighter grapes. I think still need a little bit of shading. And you also, oh, okay, shading on the thumb. the shading of the thumb. So instead of it looking like this, the shading of the thumb, granted my lighting is going to be off, is going to make it look more folded in like it is holding the grapes. So we got to watch that, because right now how it's originally shaded is more of it's just he's like this, but just shading a little bit on this area that wouldn't be getting hit in the light in the painting, pushes that thumb back, makes that curve, and makes it look a little less awkward on him holding the grapes. And I think, yeah, that's needed. Good shading there. You can go a little darker there. Fabric. Yeah, actually a little. Overall, I think you did a great job. I think there's areas that actually need to be darkened. Surprisingly enough, since you've got this beautiful black background, I can definitely see why you'd be like, if I darken this anymore, he's going to go away. But I do think in key areas and following the shapes more will give you what you're looking for. And I'll sit here and mess with things until my brain stops rolling. Let's see here. Make sure I don't see anything else. This is a really good feel to the muscle. I think this area actually, hopefully I'm still on camera. This area could be a little lighter with this, because it kind of feels like it's really cutting off the elbow. So the curve, follow the muscle. And you could kind of darken up here along the edge in places to give the fullness of the arm. And it would kind of look like it's fading back into the dark background. But overall, I think you did an awesome job. And maybe a little bit more darks here and there. Since I'm not sure what you were looking for, that's just an overall. And I hope that helps. Do we have any questions?
No. Eve's back.
Yay, Eve's back. All right, let's move on. It seems quieter today. Do I need to take the little piece of watercolor paper off here to lighten things up?
I think, no.
You sure?
No, I'm sure. No. I think everybody's really focused on what you're saying.
Bye, Cruz. Alright, now we're gonna move on to Kelly's Saint Bernard, and she had posted a work in progress. This photo is the finished version. It's behind glass, so it looks a little washed out, and that's why I went ahead and printed out her work in progress that she had posted from earlier. It gives me a better idea of how the burning actually looks versus the glass, which is totally fine. I can see that her darks are darker. There is something that really, really, really stands out to me, Kelly, especially since I know it from your work in progress. Can anybody guess what that possibly be in this photo that's not done being burned? Since I do harp on it a bit. I figured I'd give somebody else a chance to say what would stand out to me as I pull up Kelly's photo on my phone. Okay, I guess everybody's.
Well, there's not enough time yet.
Oh, excuse me. Well, I didn't know what our delay was.
About 30 seconds.
Really? About 30 seconds?
Yeah, that's about it usually.
Huh, I thought it was a little quicker. I did restart everything. No. But chat's not moving for me at all.
Really? Last one was barrel.
Oh, okay.
It's moving just fine.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and answer my question. Can you guess it, love? On this one.
Outlines.
Okay, but that's not what's standing out to me.
Really?
Nope. This piece is still in the process of being burned. What would stand out to me?
Oh.
What is that?
Okay. So if it's in the process of being...
This is in the process of being burned.
Process of being... I can't even say it. All right, it's not done yet.
No.
Okay, but there's already been another media added onto it before the burning's finished.
Yep, it's the white colored pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing that a lot more, and I totally know why people are doing it. I'm just trying to be very cautious. Or the colored pencil and any color media that you're adding to your piece really should be you should wait till the end. All the burning is done. You know that burner's not touching the wood again. Then add all your beautiful whites, because adding the white to this particular piece really makes it feel finished, and the fur fuller. I really do like the white on this guy, and the barrel too. The little, not barrel. I won't blank on what they're called. Anyway, I do very much like your white. Yes, I would highly. Lana, graphite is fine. Colored pencil, watercolors, markers, stains, anything like that is toxic to burn over. So, and the reason I'm mentioning it with Kelly is because Kelly's not done, and I can see in her final piece that she has less white as she goes down. But the minute you put the white on it and you're burning along and you finish burning in, because of other areas, you may see that something up here needs to be darker. But now that you've put colored pencil, or the white colored pencil around it, it's toxic to burn near. Especially since colored pencil on wood, if you're just doing it light, can be hard to see. But I've already, with this Chinese white, I've already laid down wax and pigment on the board, even though I can't see it, and if I go burning over it, it releases toxic fumes and can make you sick. So the best rule, get all your beautiful burning in first. That way everything feels balanced to you, and you're good to go, and then add the white to it.
So Lana was asking, there's pencil on the burning?
Yeah, that's what I was just addressing.
I think maybe some people are wondering how you know.
Oh, colored pencil. How do I know there's pencil on the burning? Because it's white.
Okay, and so like, in layman's terms, like, so if you look at the background behind the dog, the background represents the natural wood color.
Actually, on this guy, it's kind of hard to tell. Oh, I see what you're looking. You're looking at. Okay, go for it. Yes, sorry. Continue.
Yeah. And so then you'd see with the much lighter bright white. That's not something you see normally in a natural wood.
No.
I mean, it could be that color, but if it was, then you would see that really bright.
It would be down here as well. It'd be bright white down here.
Yeah.
This is our natural wood. This is our burned areas.
Well, it does look brighter down the bottom, but I think that's glare from the flash.
She also has her name on it, a watermark on it that has...
oh, is it got a halo?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Line-wise, the burning itself, other than little things here and there, I think you did a beautiful job. No, you did a beautiful job, period. Done. End of story. There are a few things I see that, honestly, I don't know that I would... You know, some of the lines, like the line right there, doggy-wise, he's just so beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Beautiful puppy. One of these days I'd like one.
Can we talk toxicity for a second?
Mm-hmm.
So, Like somebody said, I didn't know it'd be toxic to burn colored pencil.
Yep.
In small amounts, like, okay, I'm a safety professional.
Can I explain real quick why, though?
Yeah.
Colored pencils are wax, oil, and pigment. And those can mess up your burner and cause issues with your lungs. There was an anecdotal story about 6 months ago in one of the Facebook groups. A lady, knew she wasn't supposed to put white colored pencil down on the board until she was done burning. She figured, it's just a little area. It won't do anything to me. And burned whatever little area on her piece that she did. And a week later, ended up in the hospital with pneumonia. And believes it was from the colored pencil that she burned over. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
So, even if it doesn't affect you like that, because that could have been a combination of,
yes.
things, but even if it doesn't affect you like that, over time, if you keep doing it, and then, it will mess up your burner, especially the tips, right?
Yep.
But over time, like it can affect you, and then you'll be looking back years later, and you might have some lung problems if this is something that you routinely do, and this could be the root of it. So, but
it's not just you either. If you have other people in your house or animals,
that's true.
Kids, elderly, anybody else in the house, just because you're the one burning doesn't mean you're the only one affected.
Yeah.
So, just as a major precaution for just burning, because you want to keep burning, not be sick all the time and not know why, just lay the colored pencil down, or whatever your color medium is that you're adding, after you've got all the burning down, and it's exactly the way you want it, and then definitely use, because right here, the white is lighter, and I know why. It's lighter than her work in progress, because this piece is sealed, which is also why the wood is darker. The white is lighter. So I think he actually did a good job with heavy white, knowing that it was going to lighten up, kind of like pastels do. So I think that was a good choice. Just my main thing is get all your burn in first, and then have fun with whatever else you want to do with it. Just get that burn in first. Now, this was my piece. Would I want him... Let's see here. The paws are cut off. St. Bernard paws are really a part of them.
Well, it depends on the focus, though. This is purely as if it was yours.
Yeah, if this was mine.
Okay, but are we talking because we're talking burning techniques. Now you're talking composition, which is
I'm trying to cover everything.
Okay.
As much as I can. I would just make him smaller so that his feet were in about an inch above the board, because big St. Bernard paws are very much a part of them. I'm trying to think.
And again, that's your choice.
Yeah, this is all my opinion. Oh, I didn't do the disclaimer at the beginning, did I? Oops.
No.
Yeah, these are all my opinions. However you want to do your art, please just do it. Just do art. However you wish to do it. These are just my ideas and thoughts and how I would do something differently, or how I would do something in general. I watch where the light's hitting on some of this metal. That's a good one. A little darker there. Does he actually have whiskey dripping from it?
I don't know
I don't know either.
St. Bernard's drool.
I know, but I'm looking at the actual tap on the keg.
Oh.
That's the word I was looking for. So let me see. Let me see if I can zoom in. No, it's just a piece of metal. I was about to say that would have been so cool because it looked like he was hitting his own keg. Anyway. Let's see here. So did I pull the wrong photo? No. Here's the right photo. Sorry. Yeah, that's just the piece of metal. Let's see. I might actually, now that I pulled that up, What I'm seeing is maybe a little bit more here and there in shading around the keg. You did a great job with the direction of the fur, making him feel furry and with long fur. You did a great job with that.
Yeah, I really like the face.
Yeah, the face is a beautiful face. Now, I'm not going to say something I just saw. We're just going to move on. It's not her burning. It's the doggy. Do you see what I'm talking about here?
I do now.
Let's move on. Do we have any questions? What is Grace going on about?
Oh, Bernadette showed up.
Oh, okay.
Right after a comment.
Okay.
That wasn't aimed at Grace, so Bernadette was just checking in.
Gotcha. Okay, so if anybody has questions on this, let's get those on, and we will bump over to our last one. Yay! I'm gonna get them all done today.
This is good, right on schedule.
It is.
Are you gonna talk about your plan for the toasties, or is that something that we need to discuss internally before more?
Well, Chris should know. Burl knows.
And Robin just yelled at you.
What? What did I do? Oh, yeah, I didn't point. I did not show. And no, I will not behave because that's no fun. All right, here we go.
What's in that cocoa?
Lots of sugar.
Oh, no.
And I included marshmallows.
Oh, no.
So dark chocolate, caffeine, and sugar. And you know what? It is starting to kick in.
Oh,
it is.
Boy.
It is.
Oh.
Kind of want to take off the watercolor paper now.
No,
not yet.
Aren't we almost done?
We are. All right. This is Whirl Wind. And she asked if I could squeeze her in. And thankfully, I was able to do so. Woohoo! Now I gotta find what she asked for. For animals. Need help with correcting fur as well as water and reflection. She's using a cheap burner as of now. And she's waiting for her Optima to reach her. Yay, Optima.
I need to check on the seal.
I know you do. Alrighty. I think for this one, it's definitely a work in progress. Excuse me. In other words, I could use more. And I think mainly it's contrast. So maybe it'd be easier if I put this up for the photo. I believe this is for her son. And even though our wolf reflection is in the water, it would still be darker. And following the direction of the fur. Seems to be a common theme with me, huh? Direction of the fur. See, in the photo, they have it where the focus is clear, meaning there's not ripples coming out, distorting the woof. So you would really burn the woof the way you see it, and that would be longer strokes, getting your darks in. Let's see here. See, you've got this line for belly, but he does have, let's see here. Now you get to see me work upside down. Yeah, see, this is more of the shape of our wolf. Some of it does blend into the water, just like the ears do. Hopefully I'm on camera a little bit. So you wouldn't put as much detail here on the ears. But you definitely want to follow the shape. Let's see here. I know I'm off. I'm just trying to get this line is further down. What's funny is I've been looking at Jason's woof, I really do like this composition. It's a really cool composition. Making the husky feel like a big boy. So some of this would be blended out. Your water would be darker. And now, remember, we want to go with the direction of the water when we darken it. And we would follow the ripples. Some would be darker than others. I haven't looked up in a while, so
okay.
I don't know if I missed anything.
How's been wanting a snack?
Hmm?
How's been wanting a snack?
Oh.
Let's see.
Moon wanting a snack.
Is Sheila here? Or is she busy playing with her Optima?
No, Sheila was here.
Was she?
Well, she may have gotten quiet. I know she's waiting for me to show her, and I'll do it on this board real quick. After I'm done with this one. But following the direction of the water and getting that contrast in it. Let's see here. So under his paw, we have...
No, just a bunch of a lot of speculation about what the drawing is, about what the burning is.
What do you mean?
Oh, is the pup looking at his future? Does the pup think he's a wolf?
I think the pup, if I had to guess, it's what the pup sees in himself.
Huh.
That is what I would guess.
His potential.
No, how he sees himself
right now.
Right now.
Oh, he's got quite an ego.
Most of them do. That's how I see it.
Not like me. I'm humble. Of course, I am so tall, I barely fit through the door and run faster than anybody I know.
And he's joking on all of that.
I fall down a lot.
I didn't expect you to say that. Alright, so following the direction of our water, definitely... why? Yeah, just switch out to another pencil for next live. Darker darks. So your light is hitting this area.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't do that.
I'm so sorry. I just took my medicine too.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little bit late.
Oh, okay. So following. Now you're going to make me do it. No, I'm not going to do it. Okay. And I didn't.
Eve says my area of knowledge is kittens. Sorry.
Yes, it is. And she did an awesome blog yesterday. I was so proud of her.
Yeah?
Yeah, she was on camera and everything. Oh. I know, it was awesome.
Is it on YouTube?
Yes, it's on our channel. Oh, speaking of which, our wonderful mod, Eve, is listed down in the description below. Make sure to go share the love, sub the love. All kinds of reviews on watercolors. So if you're looking at adding watercolors to your wood burning, I highly recommend Eve's channel.
And if you like cats.
Oh, yes, and if you like cats.
I think Eve might like cats. I don't know. It's not clear.
Yes, if you like cats. Now, I would watch the snout because in making it a little more pointy, that changes his breed. The mouth's a little more. Yeah, there we go. Let's make him a little more rounded. So I would definitely say the contrast, getting these darks dark. In fact, he doesn't have really any white fur too much down here because
Girl wants to go see wolves in the wild next summer.
that would be awesome.
Of course, if you're going to see wolves, you'd always go to someplace like Arizona, which those are rescues. So they're there because they, unfortunately, they've been rescued from worse things happening to them. So they have a...
Or they came into a populated area, and instead of putting them down, they brought them to Arizona to live out their life.
Yep. So they have a large habitat there and a pack. I think there's a few packs, and they're quite happy and well fed.
There's 2 separate packs.
Yeah.
Well, not even packs. They're couples. More. Anyway, so yeah, on burning your wolf, I would definitely flip your board upside down, which would be right side up for the wolf, and that way you can feel like you're getting more of the lines in the right spot. It's easier to look at.
Well, it's easier
for your brain to read it.
Yeah, but if you're going to do that disassociation thing where you... Well, you know what the beauty of this piece is that if you do that, if you flip it right side up or wrong side up, then...
You've got 2 different pieces going on.
Right, and you can look on the piece that's upside down, and your brain will be better able to see the, any issues that you have. Yeah,
what we have here is the old wolf seeing himself as a puppy. That's how even though she wrote the word believe, and oh, by the way, your lettering, you did a beautiful job on your lettering.
Is this Kiyomi? Whose piece is this?
No.
No, okay, guys, because there's a Kiyomi in chat.
Hey, Kiyomi. Yeah, and it could be a
who's saying it's a Northern Inuit puppy and a Northern Inuit.
Very possible. I'm just using a broader term that most people would recognize a little easier.
Gotcha.
That's all. So, I definitely think that just some more contrast and watching your strokes and location. Eve, Grace, I know you just smiled there. He just smiled.
Oh.
I used the S word. Stroke.
Oh, gotcha. You've been using that all morning.
Have I? It just registered in my brain that I had been.
Yeah, you yeah.
Well, I'm talking about fur and hair. They're strokes.
And you said it again.
Well, what else am I supposed to say?
Grace wants to see the picture again.
The picture of...
that.
There we go. Here, let me pop it on my phone. It's a clear photo. And then, if we don't have any questions on this, I will quickly do the test that...
I'm supposed to remind you about something.
I already did it. I'm already on it. That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
See, look at this. I have post-it note this time to make sure I don't forget. In fact, while I'm waiting for that to heat up, I also would like to remind everybody that next Saturday night, Sunday morning, 3 a.m.-ish, whatever you want to call it, it is daylight savings times here in the U.S. I don't know when the UK's happen, but the U.S. starts...
Got a new subscriber.
Yay! Oh, did we? Who did we get? That's so cool. I always miss it when Bernadette pops up announcing our new subscriber.
It was weird because it was the stylized Bernadette there.
Yeah. Who is it? Who is it? I can't read it. Darn it. Well, welcome.
And Rye just subscribed.
Awesome. Oh, could you read it better on the...
Yes.
All right, Sheila, 18M on 1 is what she asked for. I'm not going to do this area because I did lay down the colored pencil there. So I'm going to move it over. Let's see here. Where can I do it? Yes, right about there should work. So the daylight savings time, our time does not change. You guys do. It's not me. It's you. So I will still be 11 a.m. It will be an hour earlier for you next week and going through spring. I will definitely try to be good about reminding Yeah, I'm just working on the top half of the tip. And see, on one, because I have the Optima set, and with this tip, it is an extremely light burn. In fact, I might want to do this so we can see better. So I can see better, at least.
So, Grace, about the photo, I don't know, but Bernadette agrees with you. I don't know how you feel about that, but
about
I'm
what?
just saying. Oh, no, it was just in chat.
Ah, okay. So, I don't... Yeah, this... And I'm just using the top half. And even if I go in circles, this is about the shade I get for one. I'll bring this up to the camera closer so Healy can see it. Hopefully, if I can find the right light somehow. So that's about, actually yours might be a little.
What are you doing?
One and a half and 2 on the 18M for Sheila, because she's in the UK. He's swatched out a quick swatch, and he just wants to make sure her settings are correct. That's all this is.
Is there going to be any difference because they're on 220 over there?
Yes, it's about a setting different. They're
Okay.
a setting higher, I think, if I remember. So this is 1.5. If I can.
I kind of miss 220.
Do you?
Yeah.
I've never had it, obviously, so.
It's a little, I think it's a little more stable than 110. And I'm not sure why we have 110 in the US. Pretty much the whole world. There's a few.
Probably because they got wonky plugs over there and we don't.
I blame Edison.
And Tesla been allowed to thrive.
That's right.
Alright, so it's just going to be slightly darker. Not too awfully much. So this is 1.5. She's doing her full board tomorrow. So there's a slight difference. Not much. I can see it, but on camera it may not show up as well. I guess I'll take a picture and send it to you. And then on 2... And I'll probably go up to 3, since she said she's swatching her board in the morning. That she'll probably get up early because she can't sleep.
So Tamara is here.
Happy Halloween is tomorrow.
No.
Tomorrow.
The person in chat. Tamara.
Oh, hi, Tamara.
What? It's too much sugar. It's too much sugar. Too much more. Tamara is here. Happy Halloween. Like, I just changed time just like that. You're like, it's Halloween.
Oh, yeah, it's me.
God, too much sugar.
What do you expect? It's me.
Well, Bernadette, she's well read, but I think it was more about backing you up, Grace. She said, and I quote, that you two are BFFs and are just alike on everything.
Ouch, what did Grace do to you?
Nothing. It's Bernadette. I'm just telling her what Bernadette said.
But since it is Happy Halloween tomorrow.
Yeah.
And tomorrow celebrates Halloween the same way I do.
What?
He celebrates Halloween the same way as I do.
Tomorrow does?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is like who's on first. Are
Think
we talking about the person or are we talking
Tamara!
about
Tomorrow!
Tomorrow! I don't know what's going on.
And you... The name. Alright. So this is 2. And we'll go up to 2.5 as I'm showing it. I can't believe I just sung anything in any way. So 2 is a little.
Yeah, sugar really loosens
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's good to know.
Oh, Grace is hurt. What did Bernadette hurt? Are they in a fight?
No, I
We're singing? Yeah, that ain't happening.
No, I think it's about Bernadette being her BFF.
Aww. Alright, this is 2.5. I mean, I'm already here. I might as well go up to 3 just so Sheila can see. I didn't sand. This board's not sanded. This is the Blick Birch. No longer my favorite birch. Oh, speaking of which, if you're still here watching, the Trekell boards, I have the 10% off coupon, and that only goes through the end of the year.
Okay, when you say you, is it something you can offer to the viewers, or are you just bragging?
No, I have it. I don't know. It should be down in the description.
Okay.
I think. Maybe not. If not, I will add it to the description. Because I got 10% off for them. I need to add it down in the description. Alright, I gotta remember to do that.
Okay. So they get a discount.
They get a discount, yes.
I figured.
It is over in group. Yeah, the Blick board, to me, no longer, after using the Trekell board, birch, it doesn't burn as smooth as it used to. I'm actually not as happy. I feel like I'm doing more work on this board. So that's 2.5. And then we'll do 3, and I'll take a photo for you, and this light is glaring.
So did you say you were or weren't going to talk about the toasties?
I don't know. We can ask them.
Okay.
Do they want to know?
I don't know.
My evil plans?
I imagine that you say evil plans and that they're probably going to want to know something.
Well, it's a fun. Oh, tell them what you finally admitted about Bernadette.
What about Bernadette? She's an intern.
What else did you admit?
I
Burl knows. Chris knows.
I admit nothing.
Burl, what did Jason admit about Bernadette? Let Burl tell it then.
You know,
either you can tell it.
I was confused when you asked me the question, and you got an answer out of me. It was like the Spanish Inquisition. It's not necessarily the truth. You just got an answer out of me.
Nope. Let's see here. 1.5. 2.
But just that you and Bernadette have similarities.
That is not what you said. That is not. Burl?
Is Burl even in chat?
He was.
There's no reason to get Burl involved.
He was.
Grace, you shut your mouth.
I'm not going to read that one out loud. Excuse me. I still feel bad about that one.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Sheila.
No, Bernadette.
See? He knows.
Yeah.
He's here.
Alright. So she might be a parody of someone I know.
Bernadette is a parody of me. You finally admitted it. See?
But a parody.
See? Grace just
parody.
said it. Grace just said it. Grace just said it. Haha. So, in that spirit, what I would like of my regular toasties who come in all the time, I would like to make puppets of you and have you pop up.
I'm going to see if chat rapidly counts down to 0.
They all run.
17, 16, 14 watching now, 12, 2, 1.
Can I take this off
0.
now? I'm done.
Huh?
I'm done. I did detail this more trying to make it look...
Why bring that up?
I was trying to make it look better.
You get your sugar high and you leave that alone. Oh, no.
It is an eye. It is a squinting eye.
Anyway.
Excuse me. Anyway, I would like pictures of my regulars so we can turn you into sock puppets as well and pop you up on the screen. But what I would ask with your picture is that you give me a attribute about yourself that you really like, because that is what I would like to...
Yeah, we don't want to
extenuate.
We don't want to make fun of anybody. We don't want any feelings.
No. It's meant to be fun and have you guys involved in...
Grace says, nope, well, gotta say, I don't think I can make any more lives.
If you don't want to be, you don't have to be in it. Well, Burl, it depends on how quickly. Burl wants to know when is the Muppet Peanut Galleries, the sock people coming. As soon as I can get photos and start finding old socks that you are done with.
I have lots of old socks that I have holes in socks, so then the other sock is by itself.
So, like with Eve, if she's still here, the sock I was picturing of Eve was with her short, beautiful red hair and cat ears. That would be Eve. And she'd have a shirt on that said Maud, because she's my Maud. Let's see here. Burl, I have not seen a picture of, so I can't tell you what I see there. Grace would have a big old beautiful smile. And rainbow hair. That's what I picture with Grace. Even though she doesn't have rainbow hair, that's...
So very similar to Bernadette.
Yep, see, you've got, yep. Yes, you're going to have your cat ears.
I'm just kidding, Grace. What was that?
As far as like you make sock puppets, there is one sock puppet that shows up regularly here. Let's see here. Have you?
She's popped up today.
Yeah, but since tomorrow's been in?
Probably.
Probably not. Why did I lock up? There we go. You want a scowl? If you want a scowl, you can have a scowl. And I figured I'd film some of you guys with green screen of throwing popcorn. Or Angel would have her black angel wings popping up from behind the group.
And devil horns.
Do we? No.
For Angel?
No, those are mine, not hers. She gets the wings.
You're already on.
I know.
I mean, a parody of you.
So great. So that's what I was thinking. So if I can get people to send me photos of themselves, the photo themselves will be kept private, but also send an attribute about yourself that you find funny or love and you want to share with others so we can make more people smile.
Grace says you cannot store Bernadette and her together.
Okay, fine. Bernadette will be on one side of the screen,
Grace,
and she'll be on the other.
He says Grace puppet needs a pupper's puppet. That's funny.
Okay, I'll put puppy ears on Grace's. Rainbow puppy ears. How's that?
Yes, that is Bernadette. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes. That is Bernadette. And, oh goodness, I can't even remember what live anymore where she developed.
It's a while ago.
It's been a long while ago.
She's got to film some more stuff too. But since we're going to be filming the other members. So I just need to get a hubcap for me.
Yes, you will have a hubcap.
I just have a hubcap with a smiley face on it.
Time change. Time change. Next week.
That's so official.
I know. Just so I didn't forget. Let's see here.
When you care for the very best, you're supposed to know.
It is. It is. Because Sheila has asked me things and I'm like, oh, I'll show you in the live. And then I didn't because I spaced it. But if I have a post-it note, then I don't space it. And then I remember to do it. So this week I will request for November's critiques. I'm going to look at the calendar and I'm thinking the middle of November because I know the holidays are fast upon us and people want to get gifts done and whatnot. So
mid-November is good because then it's then we have Indigenous Peoples Day, which will hit.
We already had Indigenous. Oh, I know what you're. Okay.
Yeah.
Turkey Day.
Yes, Turkey Day will hit.
Yeah.
And then that's like not there yet. And yeah, that's good. It's come November 1st. You know, I gotta put decorations out.
For what? Oh,
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
You mean packed away?
Yeah, it's packed away, and then on November 31st. Well, no, actually, no. It's directly the day after Turkey Day.
It's between Turkey Day and the 1st.
Depends on how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Because you got a lot of decorations.
Yeah. So
I came into this relationship with like 3 strands of lights. thought that was enough, but apparently not. I put my lights on the Christmas tree, and she's like, "What? There's no lights on there." I'm like, "What are you talking about? There's 3 whole strands." No. That is another story. That's a story for another day.
Yeah, we haven't got that far yet.
We're still in Halloween.
Well,
we're pretty decorated up for that, too.
Yeah. I've got all the people whose pieces, last live and this live. I got you thank yous down in the description. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? I wrote a story about my wood burners and how I got to the Optima. If you want to read that.
And it's epic. And
it's a saga.
When you read the saga, you definitely should play the final countdown while you're reading it.
It's just how I got to the Optima. Starting with the nibs burner.
Which we wouldn't be able to monetize it, but I feel like that if we do that made for TV thing, I feel like that the final countdown needs to be part of the soundtrack.
I would have to find a similar. Why would it have to be that?
Huh?
That song doesn't. Why?
Why? Because it's epic.
But they're
epic song.
They're epic songs.
Are there, Valarie? Are there?
Yes. Jason. Yes.
Whatever. Good Lord. So future note, to make live more interesting, just feed Valarie cocoa with lots of sugar and marshmallows.
Hey, I'm not done yet. I still got stuff. I'm not done.
Beryl says you don't shop on Black Friday. No. I wonder how Black Friday is going to be in Canada. I mean, they legalized marijuana up there.
They're also out of it in a lot of places, too.
I know. It's going to be a problem. I don't
know. No, I do not do Black Friday. No.
Sugar. Yes, we have Halloween stuff up. Like a lot.
We do.
It's not enough for Valerie's taste, but...
No, because 2 of the blow-ups died. So we had to get more blow-ups. But the witch is kicking, so that works.
The witch is kicking. That's like...
That was code.
The witch is kicking. What does that mean? It's a blow-up. Good Lord, I think it's time to go. Oh boy. Here she goes. Look at her go, folks.
Woo!
Yeah, there she is.
Right back.
All right. So that's a wrap.
Thank you all so much for stopping by. And if you are new here and you're still with us, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Happy Halloween tomorrow. And yes, Jason is my Brandon. Oh, no, I haven't contacted Brandon Fraser yet. Gotta get on that. Happy burning, guys.
That's confusing for everyone.
Bye.
Bye.